If you are trying to decide if Kajabi is the right place for you to host your online course or to host your membership site, then this is the video for you. I personally use Kajabi to run my online course, Blog Builder Pro, and I liked it so much that I went ahead and started a membership site. I didn't have one previously before. I moved over my entire email list over to Kajabi as well because I was getting better open rates, and I even canceled all the page building software that I was using in other places. Basically, moving to Kajabi has saved me over $450 a month with my business. And that's crazy, right? That's almost $6,000 a year I'm able to keep in my pocket just because of Kajabi. But just because it was the right fit for me doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right fit for you. So by the end of this video, I'm going to help you decide if Kajabi is the right move for you and your business. What's up? My name is Chris and welcome to Amazing Online Business Tools. Here we talk about the tech that you need to run your online business, but also save a little money while doing it. Now, in this video, we're going to go ahead and give you the overview of what Kajabi is, if it's right for you, and as we go through it, hopefully I can help you make a few of those decisions. If for some reason I don't cover what you're specifically asking for, just be sure to leave me a comment down below. I do religiously answer all comments on the channel, so if you leave something there, you take the time to do that, I will take the time to respond. Now, to make this a little bit easier, I want to offer you my Kajabi Master, which is basically a click-by-click mini course that I've put together to show you exactly how to set up Kajabi so that you can make the most amount of money in the fastest amount of time. Just go to bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi. That's bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi to get that course. You'll get it immediately upon signing up, and you also will get a 30-day free trial of Kajabi. So there's no point in just standing on the sidelines. Instead of getting the regular 14-day trial that you would get if you went to Kajabi's website, I was able to offer you 30 days free with Kajabi without spending a single cent. So there's no real reason why not to take advantage of it. Just go to bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi. You'll see a page like this where you can sign up, get a 30-day free trial. Just click, log in. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of a kickback if you decide to become a paying member over at Kajabi, but it is at no additional cost to you. Plus, it helps support the channel. So I really would appreciate it. Plus, it's a free course to get started, so there's no real reason why not to do it. Be sure to go check it out over at bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi. Now, let's go ahead and jump into what Kajabi is. If you're watching this video, chances are you already know or at least have an idea of what Kajabi is and what they have to offer. So here we are on the front page where they're saying that Kajabi, your place to know about blogs and masterclasses and courses and all of that fun stuff. Kajabi is an all-in-one. It takes care of a lot of things, different little aspects within your business. And like I said, you can click here. It says get a free trial, but this is only a 14-day free trial. If you go ahead and use the course down in the description, you'll get a 30-day free trial of it as well. But let's just scroll down a little bit and see what they have to say. Turn your knowledge into income. You know, in the digital age in which we live, this is really a great way to be able to sell your knowledge. Whatever it is you happen to know about, there's somebody out there who's willing to bypass having to learn it because you already have gone through the whole process. And that's exactly what Kajabi can do. You can monetize your knowledge. And it's been used by some of the biggest people in the industry. I know Amy Porterfield has used it. I believe Grant Cardone has used it. Graham Cochran. A lot of these people who have been with Kajabi for a very long time. And it is a very good platform that I definitely would recommend. Now, what they do cover is online courses. They just recently added coaching, podcasts, membership sites, even communities. You know, if you don't want your community on Facebook because it might be too distracting or anything like that, it's already included within Kajabi. It'll manage your payments, whether you're using anything like Stripe or PayPal, analytics. The contacts is for your email list, and you can help grow too because it shows you how to build up your blog, your email list, your funnels, even a mobile app for your students to be able to watch your course very, very easily. And the app is actually very good as well. If they have other courses that are also housed on the Kajabi, then they can get all of those courses all under the same app. Now let's go ahead and jump to the pricing here. So you might initially look at this pricing and think, oh my goodness, it's expensive. You know, $119 a month. $159 a month, but you really have to think about what it is that it's replacing. It took me a second to figure this out too. When I first got started with my online business and my course that I was selling. There's so many different moving parts that you need to make sure that a customer can find your stuff in the marketing, go through the process of becoming a buyer, and then at the other end of it, fulfilling, exactly the promise that you gave them when they were coming through. A lot of tools are involved in each one of those different instances within that process. And if you try to piece it together, then you're going to end up spending a lot of money. Like before, I mentioned to you before, because of everything that I was spending more than $450 a month, trying to get my online course up and running. And that was because of emails and landing page softwares and other automation softwares. It was just a lot of stuff, so here being able to comfortably pay, $119 instead of, over $450 I was paying each month, it became a no-brainer, right? So, but depending on your situation, I would probably recommend the growth one, but the basic would probably get a lot of people by. But you get 3 products, 3 funnels, unlimited landing pages, which is probably one of the best parts about it, unlimited marketing emails, up to 10,000 contacts, 1,000 active members, 1 website, and an admin user. So that's if you have, the admin user would be if you had like a VA or someone you might want to sign in and take care of everything. There is no transaction fees. There are some other platforms out there that are a little cheaper, but they do charge for transaction fees. So anytime someone were to purchase something through your program, then they're going to take an extra fee. Kajabi doesn't do that, so you don't have to worry about that at all. You get the assessments. You do get a welcome call, which is kind of cool. The chat support is very good. It's you only get, I forgot exactly how long you're available to do it under basic. I currently have the growth plan, so I'm able to get 24/7 chat support. That's really helpful. If it's like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm working on something, it's nice to be able to chat and get some help literally right then and there. So really, just if you think that this is expensive, you think it's pricey, then think about what you would be spending. Make a list. That's what I did. I made a list of everything that I was spending to get my online business up and running. And when I realized I can get rid of 7 of those things and save over $400 a month, it kind of became a no-brainer. So let's go ahead and jump into Kajabi right now. And this is what Kajabi looks like on the inside. They recently just redid everything. So you might have seen some old videos if you're doing like what I do, just start looking at all the Kajabi content you can, and you saw what the old back office looked like. This has literally been this way for maybe about a week or so far. So you're getting the latest and greatest. That's exactly what's going on with Kajabi in the back office. So they've made it a lot simpler. It's a lot less colorful, I will say, than the previous one. But the whole idea here, as you can see here, it says it's cleaner, simpler, and easier to use, which I think I have found that to be the case. But let's go ahead and jump through each one of these. When you first log in, you get to your dashboard. Your dashboard is going to show you everything that you need to know regarding your online business, opt-ins, your previous sales, customers, and even comments that are happening within the online course at the moment. And that's pretty much it on the dashboard. Doesn't really give you too much. Kajabi will also put any type of announcements or anything that they have out here just so that you can see what's going on within Kajabi. So let's go ahead and go to the products tab. So the products is going to be basically your course themselves. They can also be maybe a podcast that you might have, which Kajabi hosts podcasts, which is pretty awesome. Any mini courses, any communities. There's a few things that you can put in the products. So once you've created the product themselves, then you have to enclose them in what's called an offer. It can be a little confusing if you're not used to it immediately, which is why I definitely recommend my course Kajabi Master. So be sure to go check that out. But you can create the product. It's very simple. At the very top, you can just click new product if you want to add a new one, and you can go from starting from scratch with everything completely blank. You can do a mini course or an online course. These are essentially the same. It's just that the mini course is going to have more modules to it, but they're pretty much the same. A drip course, a membership course, and a community. So if you drip basically means if you have different sections of your course that you want to have available, week after week after week, rather than giving people the entire course all at once. The membership site, which is really awesome, so that it can be a central hub for members to come back to and consume additional content that you have. as well as the community. The community is really awesome because it's a place that's other than Facebook, where there's a ton of distractions all the time. You can come together and really have some real connections with your audience. Next up is the podcast. Now, I have yet to move my podcast here. I am planning on doing it. I just happen to be in a yearly plan previously, so I'm gonna wait till that's over. Then I'm gonna go ahead and move it over and get my stuff over here. The podcast is another product that you can create and actually gift people. You can do private podcasts with this, which is really cool. Being able to do the private, so if someone comes into your membership, now they have a podcast that only they know about. It's not over in the Apple Store and all of that fun stuff. Then they also offer the coaching. The coaching's relatively new that they have here. I already have a few clients signed up for the coaching, and it's really nice. I just added it as an upsell, and now you can set up different times to set up to meet with people. And as you meet with them, then you can give them the help that they need. And all of it's recorded within Kajabi so that you can go back to it. They actually just added a new feature to where as you're recording the session, it'll actually save and then send them an email letting them know, hey, this is the new coaching. You can sit here and watch the recording if you wanted to. Let's go ahead and jump over to the sales tab. Now, the sales tab is just that. It's going to literally let you know everything that's going on in your online business in terms of the revenue. This is where you set up the offers as well. So you create a product and then you put that product into an offer, and then an offer essentially becomes your checkout page, and you can make changes to it as well. You can go to the offers. You can also do coupons. I haven't used coupons. I don't normally use coupons. I don't like to devalue my my course at all, but you can create a special coupon for somebody just for whatever reason that you need. It's really your use case. It's just in my particular situation, I don't use coupons. The payments is going to show you, obviously, that all of the payments that have come through within your program so far. This will be with all of the different products and courses that you might have signed up under Kajabi. And then the affiliates tab. This is another money saving thing. Instead of going somewhere and paying a first promoter or someone like that another $50 or so a month just to handle the affiliate marketing side of things, you can set up an affiliate marketing login for people, so as they join your course, or if you like them to become affiliates of your program, that they can go out, do the promoting, and then you can give them a percentage of the sale. The only thing with the affiliates is that Kajabi will not do the payouts. You have to do the payouts yourself, but it's actually very simple. You just got to export the Excel file, and then you can upload that file into like PayPal or whatever you're using and upload it there. It'll automatically send it. It takes like 3 clicks. It's not too bad at all. Some people out there might tell you that excuse me, it's annoying that they don't do it, or I don't know what they're doing in terms of trying to fix that, but I kind of like the control, but that's just me, So they do have a good affiliate section. There's a whole back office that you can set up, create the links that you want people to send. You can set commission percentages based on who that person is. So maybe someone has proven themselves to over and over sell your product. You can increase their percentage just for them rather than the entire program. That way they can get more percentage of the payout when it happens, and it gives them more incentive to continue promoting your stuff, so that's really nice. The next thing is the website. So the website is probably the best part that I like about this entire process. Is they have templates, but they have a few different ones. So not every website is going to look super cookie cutter, you know what I mean? But you can really make it look like yours. And I just took the Prosper here, which is the template, I believe that they call it. They have a template store. There's like 7 or 8 templates that you can choose from. There are some legacy templates that I don't recommend you use, but I get more into that in the Kajabi Master course, link in the description. So you can have this. Once you create it, you can preview it. Let's preview what mine looks like here. Boom, I just have Blogger Revolution, that's the podcast, and basically the brand, and then I want to build a passive income that replaces your 9 to 5. I got a nice little hero picture of me right here, and then I got people that want to do the workshop. I also have it set up to where I have an exit pop-up, so if someone is on their way to leaving, I'll be like, hey, wait, the workshop's free, why don't you check it out, so they can click the button here and then go straight to the workshop. So, and then down here, I just have basically a little bit of a synopsis of who I am, where I come from, pictures of my wife and my son. And, it's really just good for brand building. Let people know that you're a real person. You're not some shady person on the side of the road who's just trying to sell you some snake oil or whatever, And then at the very bottom, I try to pitch again my free workshop that people can go and check out. So this was very simple for me to make. I probably did it in about a day or so, so it wasn't too bad. I already had a lot of the pictures, obviously, because I have an existing business. So I just was taking some of those pictures and just threw them right up in here. You can also customize it. Customization of your website is pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I will admit it did take me about a day to kind of understand the ins and outs of things, but there's a ton of resources. You can literally just Google how to do this and then put Kajabi in the search title on Google, and you'll find exactly what you're looking for. Don't even have to dig through their help because Google will find it for you. So I was able to set this up. You click on something, it pops up immediately as to what it is you want to edit, and you can click on the file, and then once you're editing, you can just open up the tab and you can type in anything that you want to type in for that particular space. And it's fairly simple. I will say it does take a little bit of getting used to, but it is not too bad at all. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. Now we have the pages. Now this is again where the rubber meets the road with Kajabi, because you have the website, the landing pages, and then your funnels. Now this used to be called pipelines, but now they're funnels. I'm glad they made that change to the name, because I believe before they were just doing pipelines because they just wanted to make sure that people didn't associate them with other places that use the word funnels in a lot of their marketing. But I mean, a funnel is a funnel. It's not necessarily a word that a company owns. So they made the right move of going ahead and going from pipelines and now using the word funnels. It makes it a lot easier to really understand. But anyways, you have the two main tabs I want you to see here is the website and the landing page. So on the website, this is basically your website. You see here, these are system pages. These are pages that you can't get rid of because they need to be there, right? But you can go in and you can change these pages. You can customize them, make them look like whatever you want them to look like, which is fine. And the really only main one I've changed up is like my about page, my home page, and that's pretty much it, my contact page and stuff like that. So once you've made those changes, those are your site. Now, any changes you make on these pages affects all of these pages. So if I were to make a change on my home page, it's going to affect the store page. It's going to affect the 404. It's going to affect the contact page. So you got to be careful of that. However, if you go to the landing pages, this is where everything's different. You can make any changes you want. You can remove the sidebar. You can remove your header. You can get rid of the footer. You can move this here and make it look all whatever you need it to look like in order to get a person's email address. And it's not going to affect the main site. And you can have unlimited landing pages with Kajabi on any of the tiers that you decide to join them with. But it works out, pretty well. So far, I've only needed about a handful of pages to get some stuff running with the business, and it's working out pretty well so far. It's the way to edit the website is basically the same as you would edit the landing pages, so I won't dive into that one too specifically. Let's go over to navigation. Navigation is very simple. Here you can, people will know where to click in order to get stuff taken care of. Whether it's the main menu, it's the footer. You can set the menu up differently if they're logged in versus if they're not logged in. And then your about me and contact pages. And then you have the blog where you can add, articles, or if you have a podcast, it'll automatically post those podcast episodes to the blog, which really saves a ton of time, in my opinion, which is really helpful. Let's go ahead and jump to the marketing. Your marketing obviously is going to be things like your email, your funnels, your automations, your events, and forms. So far, I will say when it comes to the email deliverability, that was one thing that I was worried about when it came to Kajabi. Was I came from ActiveCampaign, and ActiveCampaign is very, very robust. It takes care of a lot of stuff, and just trying to make sure that everyone is taken care of in terms of getting the emails in their email boxes. That's what's really important, right? And in order to make sure that that happens, you want to make sure that the email service that you're using has good deliverability. Is it going to land in their inbox? And to be honest, I was worried about it at first, but I'll show you just a couple of examples here. I just sent this email literally like maybe a half hour ago, so that's why the percentage isn't very high on it. But look at these other ones: 67% open rate, 37% open rate, 32% open rate, 54, 71. These are some ridiculous open rates, and I wasn't getting this high with ActiveCampaign. So I don't know what I'm doing differently. Maybe it's just Kajabi, maybe it's the fact that I'm using them, and it's helping me with my open rates. I normally averaged around maybe 18 to 22 open rates with ActiveCampaign, but over here I'm averaging at least 30 to 40%, which is pretty outstanding. I didn't expect that when I first got here. So because of that, after I did a couple of test emails, I went ahead and just moved everything over. It's very simple to do the email campaigns. At the top right hand corner, you can click on new email campaign, whether or not you want to do a broadcast or a sequence. Just click, for me, I would do an email broadcast in this situation. And you can create your own saved templates. So if you have a certain standard of email that you normally send that already has your footers and maybe a couple of extra things in there that you like to have in every email, it makes it very simple to just create those templates, click on it, create the email, and then just type away. Under the funnels now, let's go over the funnels. So with the funnels here, you can click on the funnel. It'll tell you exactly every step of the funnel. It'll give you the tips here as to what you need to include in the funnel to make sure that the funnel is complete. So that would be everything such as the landing page, the sales page, the what's the other one? The checkout page and things like that. As you go down, you can see each landing of the page so that you know exactly what needs to be set up. Kajabi won't let you set up the funnel without it making sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it won't go live, which is a good way to make sure that you don't get you don't set up something and then you're sending people down a path that doesn't exist or something like that. What really, if you want to create a new funnel, you can click here. They have a few things that you can take advantage of. They have the freebie offers, the sale offers. These are all like pre-made funnels. So for example, if you were doing let's say a sales page, you have the opt-in page, any emails in between the sales page and the checkout. And then they give you a little video basically explaining to you what this funnel would be used for. If you have a PL or product launch that you're doing, you have the opt-in, the emails, your value videos, and then the checkout. You know, all of these pages are going to be pre-made. All you got to do is just go in there and make the tweaks and changes that are specific to your, excuse me, to your business. But, excuse me, it's all there. Or you can just build from scratch. Usually I like to build from scratch. And then at the very bottom here, you see legacy funnels. Again, I wouldn't use those, not because they don't work, but because Kajabi doesn't support them anymore. Next, let's go up to automations. So automations is pretty awesome in terms of, because everything is under one roof, you can get very granular as to what happens with each one of your customers as they come in, or as they don't come in, or if they're just on your email list. And so when someone signs up for something, I'm going to remove this tag and add this tag. And that's obviously something that ActiveCampaign can do, or any one of these other email services, but it could be something as if they open this email, then subscribe them to this sequence, or if they open this email or they click on this email, gift them or grant them access to this course. You know, you can set it up to be that granular, which is really cool. You do have to be a little creative with it, especially when you're first understanding it. What I did is I just come through at what I want to do and then try to reverse engineer it as to how I can make the automations work for what it is I want to do. All right. So if you need a little bit of help on that, there's more information in the Kajabi course. Events would be like your live webinars. I don't particularly do live events very often, but you can set up your what's the name of that? So your Calendly or any type of meeting software that you might be using with your Zoom or whatever, and you can set up these events. You can get the automations pretty cool with these events as well. So if someone clicks and attends, then you can have a different automation going for them than you would if someone didn't show up. So you can get really specific. Make sure that you dial in the marketing of each one of your things to everybody. The forms is pretty essential to your email marketing. It's basically when if you create a landing page, then you're going to need a form there if you want people to input their email address. So whether or not you're collecting their email and their name, or maybe you need their phone number and address, you can customize the form however you want it to be. And if someone submits the form, then as they submit the form, then you can have this automation happen or make that automation happen. Usually I have people just be subscribed to a sequence and then they just run through it. Under the form settings, you can come in here and be very specific as to what you would like to get from people. Usually I only capture a name and an email address. Some people say that you don't even need your to get a name, but I like to get both because I want to get a little more personal in my emails. Next up, let's jump over to contacts. So I'm going to blank this out. Obviously, I don't want to show everyone's email addresses here, but this is where you can see all of your contacts. I believe they called this people previously, but they just changed it to contacts because, again, that's a much better name for it because you'll know exactly what it is. But here you can look specifically at different users, see what courses that they are what they own. You can see what tags they have. I have a no broadcast email here just so that when people come through, then when I send them regular marketing emails, they won't get those emails because they don't need to get them because I want them to go through the actual process. But the context is where you can create filters and you can really be granular if you want to get the group of people who own this course but don't own that course, or who are in the community but not part of the membership. You can really get very granular with how you send emails to people. You have your insights. This is kind of like an analytics to see how active your email lists are or how active your email list is. And you look at the activity. Are things down? Are things up? And by doing so, you can see how many people you have who are not being active on your email list, so that you can then take people out. And you don't want, needless people on your email list if they're not answering emails. So you give them a while, you give them a chance, and if they're not answering, then you just move on. Next up, we have assessments. Now, I have yet to use assessments, but I am learning more about it. I mean, Kajabi has so many things that sometimes you don't get to every single one of them. But with the assessments, you can actually create a quiz for people to go through, or a way to collect information. This way, you don't have to use a software like Typeform or Google Google Forms or anything like that. You can create it within Kajabi, but then add automations based on how they answer and how they respond. And it's even for not just the customers who are coming through, it's for you and your team as well. So if someone answers a specific question on an assessment a certain way, and you want to know about it, you can set up the assessment to immediately send you an email that this person asked this question or checked this on that assessment. And that makes it even better for you to know when you're heading out and talking to people and you are contacting everyone. Maybe you're calling them or whatever. You know exactly what it is that they need and what help they need, which will increase your conversions. Trust me, that's just the way it works. And then you have the analytics tabs that breaks down everything from your net revenue, subscription metrics, opt-ins, page views, offers sold. Even have a list of everyone on the right side of your recent transactions that have come through. But it really makes the whole process so much easy to take care of everything. And then down here at the settings, you can literally go through every aspect of your business. I'm not going to go through each one of these click by click. That's really what the course is for. But as you go through, you can set up the site details, marketing settings, checkout. This is where you're going to set up your Stripe and your PayPal, customer payments, email templates, your domain name if you want to bring your own domain over to Kajabi, which I definitely recommend because it helps with branding. Form settings, even the labs. The labs is kind of a cool feature. So if Kajabi has some new things that they're testing out, you can turn it on so that you can use the new way to do it. It is beta, so you got to be careful. I wouldn't use it with critical areas of your business, but if you don't mind trying out the new stuff, you come into the labs and turn stuff on. And then you have the help and feedback. They have a ton of ways for you to just jump in. I normally just click on the live chat and go from there. Super helpful. People answer probably within about 30 seconds to a minute. So you're not really waiting any length of time. And they do go way above and beyond, at least I've noticed with customer service. So even if you get disconnected somehow, they email you and they say, hey, we got disconnected. Is everything okay? How can I continue to help you? Very thorough. They know exactly what they're doing there. So they do have Kajabi University, where there's a ton of trainings on how to use everything within Kajabi. You can manage your sites and your account. So if you need to set up anything, you get started there. So I know that was a lot that we just went through, but just to make this a little bit easier, I do want you to go to bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi. It's bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi. Go ahead and give it a 30-day free trial. You know, it's a lot of stuff we just went through, and I don't want you to just only have 14 days to go through it. If you use this link, you'll be able to get 30 days completely free of Kajabi to give it a try and to go from there. Plus, as soon as you sign up, this is my affiliate link, so if you sign up, we will a portion of it does come back to us to help support the channel, but just click here and sign up and get your Kajabi Master course, so that it will show you click by click how to get your stuff set up so that you can make more money faster with your Kajabi within that first 30 days, hopefully. So go ahead, check it out. Go to bloggerevolution.com/Kajabi, sign up, and I definitely recommend that you give Kajabi a try and then make the decision 30 days from now if you want to continue with it. But I'll see you then.